Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at more Am I Wrong stories. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. My fiance is currently 5 months pregnant and has been both fatigued and nauseous lately. I get why she didn't want to help me look for the dog, but I can't get over the lack of empathy and bordering selfish behavior of this either. My dog runs off at least once a week. Usually my fiance will help me find her, but it's not without protest. Okay, hold on a second. Your dog runs off at least once a week and you act as if that's normal? I think without reading this, I think we already know who's in the wrong here. I honestly didn't even know how she was getting out of our fenced yard, so I installed cameras and found that she was scaling the 8-foot fence. I ended up attaching spinners to the top of the fence thinking that would solve the issue, but it didn't. I brought her out today and was playing with her when my phone rang. I was inside just long enough to grab my phone and my dog had gotten out. I immediately went in search for her, thinking she couldn't have gotten far, but I couldn't find her anywhere, so I went back to the house and asked my fiance, who was curled up on the sofa, to come help me. She immediately said no. She said she was tired of chasing the dog, that she isn't dealing with her anymore, and that I should have been out there watching her. I explained to her that I had been watching her and simply stepped away for 0.2 seconds to grab my phone just inside the sliding door, and she had escaped. She then said it wasn't her problem and she's not exhausting herself anymore to search for my dog. I won't even say it was unexpected because, as I said, in the past she always had a problem with helping me search, but she's never said no. She just complained about it. At first, I went and searched myself. After maybe a half hour, I came back and asked her again to come help me, and she snapped. I said no, I'm so tired of chasing that dog around multiple times a week when I'm already exhausted and throwing up constantly. I was panicked and unleashed some yelling, which involved me telling her she was a bitch who lacked empathy and that I was thoroughly disappointed with my decision to be with someone so heartless. It was out of pure fear and panic on my part, and I did apologize later after I found my dog, but she said go F yourself and won't talk to me. Everyone is on my side except my sister, who says I'm a prick because it's not my pregnant fiance's responsibility to chase around your mutt, and she said she would have left immediately if her boyfriend ever said what I did to her. Yeah, you're a prick, dude. That's your dog. That's your responsibility. You knew your dog was running away once a week and you're still letting your dog run away once a week. He is the reason his dog runs out, and then his fiance has been looking for the dog every single time the dog runs out. And obviously one day she's going to be fed up because this guy, this dumb head, has done nothing about it, but has been complaining, oh my god, my dog's gone again, come help me find the dog. Oh my god, my dog ran off again, come help. Oh my god, he ran off again, come help. Bro, anybody would be annoyed with that. Like, do something so the dog doesn't run off. And it's the fact that she's pregnant and she's tired and she's throwing up and he's still gonna tell her off to look for his dog. Like, you go look for your dog. Tell your family to look for your dog then. You had to do something about that dog running away, but you never did until it was too late. And now they found the dog. Yes, good for him. But seriously, fix that problem. Holy. This is why you gotta train your dogs, okay? Don't be like this person who lets their dog run away and finds them every single week and doesn't train them after that. Dumb. Alright, next story. I'm the single mum of 3 kids, Polly, Trevor, and Casey. I have little to no support. Their father left after Casey was born, no family nearby, etc. I have 2 sitters that I can call on as needed, and I use them before I'd even ask Polly for help. I don't want her missing out on her teenage years. Before this incident, I only ever asked her to babysit once because I had no one else, and I paid her $15 per hour, at the time above minimum wage. This past Saturday, Polly was due to hang out with some friends. For a couple of days, Trevor was ill but testing negative for COVID. That day, he spiked a very high fever and I had to take him to the ER. I asked Polly to watch Casey as the sitters weren't responding. I apologized that she'd have to miss out on time with friends, but said I'd pay her and she could even have her friends over at our place. Polly pitched a fit and asked why I couldn't send Casey to the neighbors. We don't know them. They moved in last month and outside waving when we get our mail. I don't have a relationship with them. Polly was irritated. I told her I'd pay her $18 an hour and that I had to go. I take Trevor to the ER and we have to wait a bit. Polly kept asking if the sitters responded and they hadn't. Eventually it was our time to be seen, so I told Polly I'd be out of reach for a bit. Turns out Trevor had a bad case of RSV and due to pre-existing health problems had to be admitted for the night. I was terrified. When I called Polly to update her, I heard people talking in the background and said, oh, you had your friends come over? She told me no, she dropped Casey at the neighbors and went out. I was furious. I told her to go home and get her sister. I then asked for the neighbor's number and she didn't even ask for it, which I get teenage logic, but still. At first, Polly refused until I told her she was grounded. I made her FaceTime me when she got home to show that Casey was with her. Eventually, my mum was able to make the 2-hour drive down to stay with the girls, but I told her to not let Polly leave the house. The next day, Trevor and I were able to go home. I lectured Polly about what she did and grounded her for 2 weeks. She got mad at me and said that I can't expect her to drop her plans. I point out I never do, but this was an emergency and her brother was sick. She told me that's not her problem. She's also mad because I won't pay her. I apologized profusely to the neighbor who said it was okay and that he could have called me, but Polly didn't leave my number either. Polly said I overreacted. No, I think the mother did the right thing because there's no other option. You had one job to look after your sister because your mother had to take your sick brother to the hospital, and all you care about is hanging out with some friends and you chuck your sister to the neighbors. If something happened to Polly's sister and she never got to see her sister ever again, she's gonna regret that for life. This is why you don't do things like what Polly did, alright? You don't chuck your sister to some random people that you don't even know. Just because they're your neighbor doesn't mean they're nice people. Dude, oh my god, it makes me anxious, you know? Been reading too many true crime stories, dude. Polly is freaking 16, man. She knows better. She knows better than to leave her freaking sister with strangers. Are you kidding me? You have a mother who's been taking care of you 3 as a single mother. And you can't even take care of your sister for 1 day to just look after her? Like, you can make plans with your friends any other day. But come on, your brother is sick. He has to go to the hospital. 1 day, dude, 1 day. Holy. I would not trust Polly with anything, to be honest. If she can chuck her sister away like that, yeah. I don't trust Polly. Alright, moving on. When I got into university, my parents purchased an apartment close to the campus so that I could live my way without having to deal with other people. It was great for 2 years and I came out of my shell a little. I met other people like me and discovered that unlike high school, university isn't hell. I even met a guy. We both work at the campus store. My little brother graduated last year and got into the same school. Rather than stay in dorms, he convinced my parents to let him move in with me. Well, they own it, so I had no say. I lasted 1 semester. Since he had an off-campus residence, my apartment became party central. I asked my parents to make him stop after talking to him didn't work. They said to loosen up. I think they know how to change my personality. I talked to my university and was able to snag a very single room in the mature student dorm. I don't have a lot of stuff, so when we went home for Christmas, I took what was really important to me. When we drove back after New Year's, I dropped off my brother and then went to my new place. It isn't perfect, but it is pretty sweet. My parents called me and asked where I was. My brother had let them know I wasn't in the apartment. I told them where I was and why I was there. They were upset that they spent all that money to help me and I did not appreciate it. I said I did, until they stuck me with my brother. Without me there, he's having a blast. Good for him. He's also missing a lot of classes and has been fined for noise complaints by the condo board. But that's not my problem. My parents are asking me to please move back in because my brother is in danger of being put on academic probation. I asked if I was allowed to buy him from having parties and stuff. He was part of the conversation and was upset that I was asking to be put in charge of him. My parents said he was allowed some freedom and that as his big sister, I should look out for him and not let him fail. I thanked them for the opportunity but declined, and he recently had a party that the cops had to shut down. My parents are considering selling the apartment, but it's kind of a crappy market right now, I guess. I feel bad that they might lose money after doing something so awesome for me, and I feel bad that my idiot brother might have to take time off school to calm down, but I don't think I'm wrong. They all do though. Wow, I don't think they're wrong either, because if they're studying and their brother's just partying all night, making all this noise, yeah, I would move out too, dude. What the heck? What in the world? I need my sleep, okay? These parents just don't want to take the responsibility of looking after the brother, that's all. The parents are like, you look after him, you're his big sister, so you gotta take care of him, make sure he doesn't fail. Then why don't you do that? You guys are the parents, what the heck? Why would you have kids if you're not gonna be responsible for them? Gosh. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!